Hey, it's the guy with no name. Go get your bookie on the phone. I'm gonna give you the tonight's winner at the end of this video. But first, I'm gonna go over the standings over here. We got a little bit of fantasy focus as well, and then I got tonight's winner. Stand by. Get your bookie on speed dial. Remember speed dial? Remember we used to have speed dial? Anyway, let's get started here. Okay, so in the West, in the AFC West, okay. Well, first of all, let's talk about who is still undefeated before we do anything, right? Who is still undefeated? Let's take a look here. The Chiefs are undefeated. Oh, and I think that's it. That was easy. Okay, so the Chiefs are still undefeated. A team in the West, which is probably the strongest division. I mean, there's an argument you can say that this is the strongest division in the whole NFL. You can say about the East, but NFC is normally weaker in general. And then, of course, the Patriots are pretty strong, but look at them; they're 2-2. So yeah, this is the strongest division in the league, and the Chiefs are 4-0. I think that's a pretty great accomplishment. And so let's go to the other flip side. Teams that are not won, they're still winless basically. Chargers are 0-4. Bengals are 0-4. Giants are 0-4. 49ers are 0-4. So let's just start up here in the West. The Chiefs are 4-0. Broncos are 3-1. Raiders are 2-2, and the Chargers are 0-4 in last place. That's the LA Chargers, by the way. The Steelers are 3-1. Ravens are 2-2. The Bengals are 1-3, and the Browns are 0-4. Bills are 3-1. Jets are 2-2. Patriots are 2-2. Dolphins are 2-1. The Jaguars are 2-2. Texans are 2-2. Titans are 1-3, and the Colts are 1-3. Probably the biggest surprise is the Bills being in first place in the East with the Patriots in that division. However, you take the Patriots aside, the division is pretty weak in my opinion. I actually do like the West and the North as the two stronger divisions in the AFC. I think most people will agree with me. Take a look at the NFC. In the NFC, just off the top of my head, the biggest surprise is the Rams in first place, 3-1. Seahawks 2-2, Cardinals in 2-2, and the 49ers 0-4. The Lions are 3-1, the Packers are 3-1, the Vikings are 2-2, and the Bears are 1-3. The Lions, that's not so much of a surprise, but you normally would see the Packers in first place there. And they're both 3-1, so you can argue say that they're both in first place. The Eagles are 3-1, the Cowboys are 2-2, the Redskins are 2-2, and the Giants are 0-4. I think this is a bigger surprise than that. The Giants being 0-4 and the Eagles being 3-1. That's a bigger surprise. Eagles are pretty good. I actually do like what I see from Carson Wentz, part 2.0 or season 2. It looks pretty decent. The Falcons 3-1, Panthers 3-1. You kind of saw that. Panthers actually are 3-1, surprisingly. I don't think they have any big time wins, however, aside from last week. But yeah, they were slipping until last week. Buccaneers are 2-1, and Saints are 2-1. Buccaneers being 2-1. They can easily be 3-1 if they would have played in week 1. So that's something to look for. So I actually want to see the Buccaneers move ahead of one of these two teams. The Rams, like I said, is 3-1. Seahawks, and all that. What I wanted to do is end that fantasy focus. Okay, the top performers for the week 4: Deshaun Watson, Cam Newton, Andy Dalton, Eli, and Russell Wilson. Love Bell actually was in the first place. Todd Gurley, Zeke, Lamar Miller came out of nowhere. I was ready to drop that dude. He's in one of my teams, so that was a big surprise. DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Funches, or Delvin Funches. I'm sorry, Jordan Nelson. So yeah, I mean these guys actually. Well, I mean there's a few names on here that you won't recognize, and so when I do. But yeah, those are your top guys. Your tight end was actually Tyler Kraft. Kelsey, which actually did call that he could have a decent game. He did have a decent game. But what I think. So that's. I mean that I just kind of go over what happened in the week before because I want to see what you thought was happening. So I just kind of go over who actually did score on the top every week. The fantasy picks that I kind of will predict will have decent games. I mean, Kadeem Hunt, that's really nothing. I mean, he's going against the Texans. I think they should be giving up quite a bit of the yards. Love Bell should continue to have a nice game, nice outing versus the Jaguars. And then there's this new kid for against the Jets, Bilal. I can't even read my own writing here. Should have a decent game as far as running backs. With wide receivers, it didn't really go over many of them. What I do see is that Eli is going to be going up against the Winners Chargers, and that is actually a 0 against 0 matchup. I think I think the Giants will outscore or will win, and the Chargers will probably be bombed by Eli. Alex Smith against the Texans again, going against the Texans. Look for some offensive fireballs to be placed on the Texans, and actually like Brisket. Brisket's going against the Bills are going against the San Francisco 49ers, and I think that he's going to have a decent game. So that concludes my fantasy focus. It's just a few little tidbits that I kind of just think that might happen. And yeah, I'm going to give you tonight's winner. Tonight, New England at Tampa Bay. So what I am going to say is that New England on the road is a 5.5 point favorite. The over-under set at 55.5. I'm gonna go ahead. So I mean, New England being favored on the road is kind of big to me. So I am going to give you my pick, which is right there. This is the game. This is my pick. I'm gonna take the points. I'm gonna take Tampa Bay in the points, and 51.5. That's 55.5. I'm sorry, 55. That's huge. So I'm gonna take the points in this, and it's gonna go under. I mean, it's going to be a short week for them. I don't really think they're going to come out with firepower. Besides that, I don't really see the firepower being at the same level from last year for New England. And I think Tampa Bay is actually better than paper says. So, I mean, you might actually see a Tampa Bay winner. I mean, let's not forget, New England's 2 for 2. Or 2 out of 2 and 2. So, the Buccaneers are 2-1. I mean, they won today. They could be 3-1. So, like I said, I actually kind of predicted they might be 3-1. So, yeah, I actually think that we might actually see a Tampa Bay winner, and that is the end of this segment. If you want to be part of the show, go ahead and email. You can talk, right? We can make that happen somehow or another. Go ahead and email me. You can do. Reach out to me on the YouTube page, and yes, the going on name. I will talk to you guys soon. I'm out.